Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of Daily Dose of MUET by Madam Audrey Ko. So, Daily Dose episode 1, I covered the first part of the MUET session 1 examination paper from 2021 when the first new format paper was introduced. So, questions 5 to 9 are based on an email. It says, read an email from Abdul Razak to Dr. Rashida. Right. So as a student, you need to be able to identify keywords in the question before you attempt to reading any of the text. So to help you do that, let's do some highlighting, right? Let's choose orange. Abdul Razak wrote to Dr. Rashida because. So because indicates that we are looking for the reason. Number 6, Abdul Razak missed the second class because. So you're again looking for the reason why he missed his second class. Question number 7, Abdul Razak missed his flight because. So now we're looking at the reason he missed his flight. And number 8, Abdul Razak's most important request in his email is. So we want to find most important. When we see the word most important, that means we realize there will be more than one request and we have to identify the most important one. Abdul Razak ended his email by promising, so he promised something and therefore we have to identify what he promised. Alright, let's look at the first part here. To Rashida, universityedu.my, Abdul Razak, yoyo.com.my, and subject is apology for not attending lectures. Okay, so Abdul Razak wrote to Dr. Rashida because he received an email from her. Does it mention whether he received an email? It says that thank you for your email, right? But you have to ask yourself whether this was the main reason that Abdul Razak wrote to Dr. Rashida. Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is a distractor because it is just going to confuse the weak students and they're going to immediately choose this answer because it looks like the most obvious answer. Let's look at the next one. He had to give his new email address to her. Can you find evidence in the text that says he needs to give the new email? So he said, there is something wrong with my student email, right? And I'm now writing to you using my personal email. So when we design questions, right, we insist on including the distractors. But these are not the answers we are looking for. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is this one. He wanted to say sorry for missing her classes. So we have two evidence of this being the right answer. The first one is here, regarding my absence from class. So this is the first reason why he was absent. But if you look at the subject itself, right, apology for not attending lectures, you will know that the answer is actually C, right? Let's move on to the next question. Abdul Razak missed the second class because. So again, we're looking for the distractors as we go, and it says here he went home. So did he really go home? Is it because he went home? Okay, so if you see here, I would like to explain my absence from your lectures for the past 2 weeks for having not informed you earlier. I was unwell. Yes, unwell, and this goes to this one, B, is too sick, was actually the reason, reason he had missed the first class. Okay, so I'm going to change the colors now. I'm going to go back here. He was too sick. That would be the first class that he missed. And then he had a meeting. If you look carefully, it says there, on 24 February 2021, I could not come to class because I had to attend my sister's wedding in my village. So in my village is evidence that he did indeed go home for the second class. But where is the distractor for the third one? He had a meeting. It would be here. I had asked my friends who was in the same class to inform you, but she forgot and went to the library to meet friends. So students who are weak in English might choose C as a distractor because it has the same word meeting and meet, although they are different categories. So what exactly is the answer? He went home. How do we know? Because it says there, in my village. So the answer is A. Okay? Let's move on to number 7. Abdul Razak missed his flight because. So why did he miss his flight? Was it his sister's wedding? Was it the bad weather? Was it a flight delay? So let's look at the distractors first. Okay. Was it because of his sister's wedding that he missed the flight? right? He said, I had planned to come back to the university immediately after my sister's wedding, but there was heavy rain and my journey took longer, right? So it wasn't because of his sister's wedding. It was, in fact, there was heavy rain. So that could account for bad weather. Let's read on and see. My journey took longer than usual. So we know that the journey took longer than usual, and it was not the flight that took longer than usual. So these are the distractors that may confuse a student. So coming back to the right answer, we say it's bad weather, and the examination syndicate will always try to test your power of your vocabulary. So we know that the synonym or a paraphrase of bad weather is actually heavy rain. Okay, so the answer is definitely B. Next, Abdul Razak's most important request in his email. Was it to take the listening test? Was it to present his work? Or was it to do a project? So if you look at this answer sheet here, the text itself, it says there, I'm aware that I missed a listening test held in class on 24 February. Can I be given the opportunity to take the test? Because I might fail the course if I do not get any marks. So he definitely wants to take the test. Could I possibly take the test on a Friday morning because I have an important oral presentation? So the oral presentation over here, oh, wrong color, sorry. Apologies. Let's go back to the distractor colors, which is orange. So basically, the distractor says here he wants to present an oral presentation for another course. So this is definitely not the most important request. Again, when there's most important request, there must be more than one request, right? So we are finding the most important, and the next one is to do a project. This again is a red herring because it says there, alternatively, I could do a project to replace this test. Right, so what's the correct answer? The correct answer is he wants to take the listening test, and it is emphasized twice. One is stated over here, and the next one is, can you consider my request to take the test that I had missed? Okay, so clearly the answer is A. Let's go to the last one for our daily dose of MUET today. Abdul Razak ended his email by promising. Did he promise to come early? Did he promise to tell Dr. Rashida if he misses a class? Or did he promise to reply Dr. Rashida's email? So coming back to the orange color, which is our distractor color. Okay, it says that I promise to attend all your classes in the future. Is there anything here that says attend all your classes? There isn't. But the continuation is, in the event I cannot attend a class, I will email to inform you. Okay, but did he say that he will reply Dr. Rashida's email? So basically, we choose another color, which is blue. For content not available, we can't find any evidence of this. Yeah, there's no distractor. To come early, was there any indication of coming early? None. Okay, so these are not mentioned, right? So now we know that number 9 is a little bit more difficult because the distractors cannot be found. So you have to infer that he will, in actuality, email Dr. Rashida if he misses class. And it's stated there, in the event I cannot attend a class, I will email to inform you. Alright, so based on this, you know that NPM actually tests you on synonyms and the power of your vocabulary using paraphrasing, and they pepper it a lot with all the distractors so that you are distracted enough to make the wrong choice. But you notice that 5, 6, 7, 8 are still very, very direct questions with very strong evidence, so you can choose the right ones. Whereas number 9, you need to use some inferencing skills, which means although the direct distractor is not there, but you can infer based on the evidence that B is the correct answer. Yeah, because you can identify it, and the other two are not mentioned in the text itself. Okay, so good luck to everybody. This is part 2. This is Daily Dose with Madam Audrey signing up.